already. So I'm here with Dave with Narrowboat Changing Pace, Chili Jam Jeff, bottom corner there, and Barely Floating Soul underneath me. So we're going to do our normal little format. We'll have a whiz round, see what everyone's been up to in the last month, and then I've got a couple of discussions about some things that happened to us while we were out last time, and any other subjects anyone else has got they want to talk about. We'll run through that. So one of mine was condensation, and my other one was dipstick and oil. I'll run with that. So yeah, let's start with since Dave, everyone's here and everyone's got internet and everyone's live and there's no delays and it's brilliant. So we'll start with Dave. What have you been up to, Dave?
Not a lot. It's been quite a quiet month, really. Made a new bearing for my tiller. The roller bearing that I put in about 3 or 4 years ago had completely rusted up and collapsed. So I made one at work out of some really slippy plastic that we have at work. Turned that at work. That fitted that a couple of weeks ago. That's working well. I'm still having a little bit of bother with batteries. They don't seem to be lasting long. I think that's just cheap batteries, but they are quicker to charge. We're not using as much petrol or diesel charging them, but they don't seem to be lasting as long as I'd hoped for. But
they're lasting longer than the last set of batteries.
They are lasting longer and they're charging quicker. But I just don't think the capacity in the batteries is as good as the other batteries. So I think we're going to run with them this year. See how they go. But any solar we get, it's charging them. So they're not as good as I were hoping, but they're better than the old ones.
Yeah.
Done a few little bits of jobs in boat that I've been neglecting while I've been having problems with batteries and other things. So yeah, just getting around to all the little jobs that I've been neglecting, to tell you the truth.
Have you got hot water? Is all your central heating working?
Yeah, the boiler's working, touch wood. So the major problems that we've had, I seem to have bottomed most of them, but it's like the little jobs that I've been ignoring are now building up. So I've got a job list to work through. There's a couple of other things I want to eventually take some at floor up, get rid of some at ballast, because we are really back end heavy. Which is a problem when we're on shallower canals, but that's a big job. So, but yeah, we're all right. We did a bit of cruising at weekend. We came up River Severn and Lou's gone on to River Avon today. So,
what's the what ballast have you got in the bottom of your boat?
It's ready mix concrete.
What, set in the bottom?
Yeah.
Okay. So you're gonna have to pull that out.
Yeah, it was a boat builder that recommended doing it. So I put like black, the damp proof course in black plastic. Put that in and poured it in, but I got a really dry mix when I put it in. So you just sort of like whack it with a hammer and it breaks up quite easily. I've took bits out of it before, but I've got to take a lot of floor up to get to it.
Okay. Is that just on the back end? Is that just because the more stuff you got, or what?
Yeah, it's just we originally only had 3 batteries. Now we've got 6 in total, and Yeah, we just and the new engine's quite a bit heavier than the old one, so we are sat quite deep at back end, especially when water tank is emptying, because front of boat comes up and back goes further down.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, it's just little things that I want to get on with. I know it's a bit bruised and battered from going through all locks and mooring up, so I don't want to start touching paintwork up a bit and that. But yeah, it's all the little jobs and that I want to start catching up with.
Yeah. So you're still down that neck of the woods anyway, and that's where, yeah.
Yeah, on his way to Stratford. Stratford, I am.
So coming back up a bit again.
Yeah, coming back up, and then I don't know where we'll go from there. I know we've got a couple. There's a silver propeller challenge location near Stratford on one at Little Arms up there, and then we're off on for another couple of them probably later this year.
Yeah, yeah. That'd be good. That'd be good. So that's about you. That's about you at the moment.
That's about me at the moment.
Okay. So Jeffrey.
How are we? Yeah. Haven't done a lot on the boat, to be honest. We was out the weekend on it. It's only because we can't get the truck or the cars to it still. So I'm not going to carry all the material. We've got a shelving unit we need to put up. I'd like to start the bathroom, but until we can get the vehicles up to the boat, I'm not carrying it.
You're not carrying it.
I'm not carrying anything.
It is a long way, and it is muddy.
Yeah. It ain't too bad, actually. I'm surprised they ain't opened it. It's quite dry.
It is actually. I must admit, I drove across the field today in a van, and I thought, oh, that's not too bad. But then last week we drove across the field in another van, and it was all over the place.
Yeah, so, it's raining now here, so I don't know. So hopefully by the end of the month we might open it up. The film set's still going. That's getting huge now.
Yeah,
they're building the castle now.
Are they?
Yeah,
can't say that, Jeff. You get in trouble.
Well, DJ Audits have put it all over bloody YouTube, haven't they? So.
Oh yeah, they have actually. That's true.
Yeah, and there's a big sign now: no drones allowed. But I don't know how they can enforce that. But there you go.
It's works on the airspace above the
still nice to drive. I don't know what I ever did that time, but there's no oil or water or anything at the bottom of the engine bay now. Dry.
No, you're good.
Only thing I do need to sort out, I don't know if you have it on your boat. We've got the central heating controller, like a little box for the espresso heating.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's got like 1, 2, 4 buttons.
That's it.
Normally, you just press the one with the flame on, hold it, and it comes on. But it's taken like 3 or 4 goes, and then you have to go away and leave it, come back and then press it a couple of times, and it come on. It's temporary. I don't know if you can just buy that controller.
Yeah, you can.
Yeah, but where?
Just go on eBay, mate. Have a look.
Yeah, I can't spell Espaso.
Can you not? Put Webasto and see what comes up.
Webasto. Just want that. Yeah. I'm just hoping you can unplug the back of it, plug the new one off.
I'll tell you what, Jeff. I'll do it. I'll find it and I'll send you a link. All right.
Send me. Yeah, that'd be it. It's just in the middle. I think it's a screw. Holds it. I think there was a cap obviously over that originally. It's like a Phillips screw in the middle that holds it on.
Is it a little red display? The little lights up red when you press the button?
No, it don't light up red, but the clock, because there's loads of settings you can go through.
Yeah.
P on one side. P, flame, and up and down, scroll through, and that's it.
Does the display go red when you press it?
No, it just lights up. When you press the button, everything's dark. It's there, dark, and then all you do is hold the button in normally, give it a couple of seconds, it then lights up and the heating comes on.
Okay, all right. I'll have a look around if I can find it. I'll send you some links. All right.
Yeah, driving Sally mad.
Yeah.
We've got Crick. We're going to Crick. We're in where are we? Holiday Inn. She don't know, but we're not far away.
You're standing on the Holiday Inn, all posh.
Yeah, I ain't camping. I'm that, man.
That's as you come off at junction 18 the holiday in.
Somewhere like that, yeah.
Yeah,
It's
it's
2
just
miles
off junction 18 on the way towards Crick. You can't walk from there. You drive in from there, but it's not far.
Yeah, it'd be far enough.
It's about 5 minutes. About 5 minutes.
Yeah, so we booked that. Obviously, we're going to the Christmas market if it happens.
Yeah.
I
If it happens, I don't know,
thought Louise thinks that's a wind up, but that's what was on the website. It's been too
Yeah.
hot, apparently. Well, we can still go.
Yeah, there's be stuff going on.
Yeah, go for a weekend. Plenty
Yeah.
to do up there.
Yeah, there's plenty to do. Don't see me old
Yeah,
boss.
it'd be all right. It'd be cool. It'd be cool. So, but yeah,
Nothing new, mate. Really, boats. Touch wood. He wants a good wash. I want to pressure wash the roof and maybe paint the roof again because it's a
Yeah.
bit. It looks like something's rubbed it. I don't know what because we haven't been nowhere, but something's rubbed the paint off. And then just pressure wash the button on the back because that's all green.
is
It's a
it?
tree. It's where we moor. It's a tree in it. We can't obviously.
Yeah.
But yeah, apart from that, all good.
Good. Do you know, we're not one of us is in a boat this week. We're all Dave's in his van. I'm at my sister's. You're at home, and looks like Sol's on a job.
Yeah, I'm at work.
We'll come to you, Sol. Now, anyway, what have you been up to, mate?
Oh, I've had right busy month actually. I finished off the bed. Videos coming out on Sunday, so that's the final part of the bedroom transformation, as we've called it.
Yeah.
That's all finished. Well, it's nearly finished. We're just deciding on storage for underneath boxes.
Yeah.
What type of boxes? Because we've looked at wicker baskets and wire baskets and all sorts. Because we want plenty of airflow and that.
Shopping baskets.
What's that?
Shopping baskets. Tesco's.
Yeah.
They're free.
No, well, they're not actually free. Someone's got to pay for them. Someone
I
pays
can't
for
run
them.
at the minute.
You fished that now, didn't you?
Yeah. So very ventilated.
Yeah, so we've got nothing under there at the minute, so just got boxes, plastic boxes that we got from home. So, but there's plenty of airflow, so it's not going to do too much damage there. I had to keep moving the hot water tank. I've had it up and down up the bedroom more times than a bride's 90, and I've put it in its final position, but now my hot water's not getting hot, so I think I've not bled the system properly, but I'm going to pressure test it, pump it up and see if I can get rid of the air that way, because it's just a pain in the bum to bleed that thing.
Let me just stop you there for a second. I'm just going to say, Louise, we can see the messages on the side. I presume everyone can see them.
No, I can't.
Can you not? Oh, it's
No.
only Louise has commented, and also Locking Through Life. So hello to you both. I was going to come to questions a bit later on, because otherwise we end up getting sidetracked. So I will scroll through them later, I promise. They are there on the side. So I managed to get that to work this week. Anyway, so carry on, Sol. Sorry to interrupt.
Yeah, so I'm going to have to pressurize the coolant system to see if that. There don't seem to be any holes anywhere in anything that I can find anyway. So if I pressure test it, I might find some. Other than that, engine-wise, I've not done a lot. Really, just kept it topped up with oil and checked the diesel and what have you. So made sure that's all right. And then not last weekend, the weekend before, I started the roof, wrapping the roof and priming all the roof.
Yeah.
And then I managed to fall off the boat.
Oh yeah, I saw your leg. It looked really sore.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. Yeah, as I stepped across the gunnel from gunnel to gunnel at the front, I took a stride too far and my foot slipped off, and then my shin decided to hit the wooden mooring board and just take a big chunk out of my shin. So yeah, that was not a pleasant experience.
Did you have sensible footwear on?
No. Crocs. Very Crocs.
What did you have on?
So I need to. I had Crocs on. So
No.
So the anti-slip, the anti-slip paint was no good at all.
No, no.
I think you need to
Straight over.
re-look at that.
Yeah.
Yeah, so from now on, I'm just going to wear boots when I'm doing anything. But that was a painful experience, and we realised our first aid kit is not up to scratch.
Is it not?
So we really need to sort out a good. We've got sort of like a few plasters, but we've now big just in case something quite bad happens like that.
Bandage,
So-
little bandage to wrap round it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we're gonna have to sort all that out and get a decent, decent, because everything we had was out of date or just not there anymore.
Yeah.
So it was a bit, but the roof's coming on now. I'm about a third of the way down. I've prepped up, and this weekend I did another section and put some Kuros stuff on there to get rid of it. I'm not too minded about the roof being pristine or anything like that because I'm going to be wandering all over it anyway. So I'm just rollering it with a foam roller on me. With some, I've got some paint that came with a boat, so I'm just going to use that up on it.
Oh yeah.
So, and with it only being 45 foot, I don't need a right lot of it.
Yeah, you're just going to roller it.
Yeah, leave it rolling and just keep doing that. And every time it gets chipped, and then I think next year I'll probably, if it starts peeling up and coming down, I'll start. But it's an absolute pain to get it off. The original paint is rock hard. It's solid. That marine paint. Yeah, I went through 2 of those flap discs, and I only did a small section, maybe a couple of foot square.
Oh, really?
It absolutely killed them.
Did it?
So they ended up with one of those wire brush cup brushes, and that caught in my pants.
Did it?
Yeah, I nearly gave himself a bit of a trim
Yeah.
in the town below area.
No, mate. It sounds like a dangerous experience.
Yeah, so my missus doesn't want me doing any more work on the roof.
No.
So that's our job for foreseeable future. Is we're going to get the roof sorted, finish off the bits in the bedroom. There's like the bits of trim to go on the walls and what have you, and then the storage bit underneath. But mostly it'll be external stuff, weather permitting. So it's quite warm up, aren't we?
Still in the marina.
We're on the moorings till the end of this month, and then we're away.
Right. Okay.
So we'll be going up towards down towards Preston.
Right.
So we're going to travel about around there because we've got some friends coming over from the main network in like April time. So yeah, it'd be nice to catch up with them.
Yeah, that'd be cool. That'd be cool.
Yeah.
No, I just wondered because I know the engine was quite a priority. Have you sort of shelved that for a minute, or?
I've had to shelve it because I just didn't have time. I've been that busy, cars and vans and things like that, fixing things and houses.
Yeah.
Just
You
busy.
You haven't had to fix that racing Peugeot, I hope.
No, not yet.
That's all right.
We've got to take it in. I'm going to have there's a little rattle on it, like you said, that little rattle. I'm going to take that in at weekend, and hopefully my mate's going to have a look at it and see whether we want to replace it.
Drop link or a CV joint, I think it is.
Yeah, it's something and nothing. It's not that bad at all. We don't take it far at the minute.
It's just annoying, isn't it?
Yeah. Got to get that key fixed as well.
Yeah, that other key never turned up. I actually had to put a thing in against it.
Oh.
So I bought my little Peugeot, Jeff.
Bless him.
He came down and picked it up the other week, took it back.
Yeah, be all right. Do you?
It was grand car. Fine, nippy little thing. Does for us.
Good on fuel.
fuel as well.
Yeah, very good on fuel.
Yeah, it's very good on fuel. I've got a couple of questions here, actually. One of them's relating to it. So Misty and me, what's it say? Here we go. I'll put it up anyway, just so we'll do it because it's what you're talking about. Me and my boat are great, thanks. Here's a question before I paint my roof. What's the best colour scheme? I don't know. It's definitely light. I definitely wouldn't go for a dark colour on my roof.
I'll go light.
We've got dark, and to be honest with you, in the summer it was
Outside we're on about now, yeah.
you couldn't even touch it. Couldn't even
Yeah,
touch
that's light.
Yeah.
Ours is like a grey, battleship grey.
Is it?
Green. Reflect the sun.
Someone opposite them has painted their roof white. I've seen people do white, but I think it's got to be a really nice job if you do it in white, haven't you?
Yeah, it gets dirty. Gets dirty really quick.
Yeah,
Rust.
yeah. I'm either going to go a light grey on ours or a cream. I haven't decided which yet. But I'm going to repaint it this year, and I'm going to do it either light grey or cream, because last year it was so freaking hot to touch the roof. But I only ever did it to patch it up, so I'm definitely going to repaint that. You could, as I say, you just couldn't put your hand on it in the sun; just couldn't even touch it. So you lean on the front of the boat, you just couldn't even do that.
But you want to do your naked sunbathing on the towpath?
Yeah, no, no, burn bum. That's all you're going to get when you do that. So, yeah.
Do you think it makes that much of a difference what colour paint it's on how hot it gets?
Yeah, I do definitely, because we had a cream top on Nutshell, and that was never hot in the summer. You put your hand on it, no problem at all. I've never known. Honestly, it's that much different from being able to touch it and not. So
yeah, the side of my boat, if you touch it when the sun's on it, is black and dark blue, and it really is hot. But the roof never seems as hot as that.
Yeah, it's a bit, honestly, you'd be surprised, Dave. It just reflects the sun, doesn't it? Any light colour reflects the sun, whereas black or dark colours just seem to absorb it and just come through the boat. Then it's like heating the whole shell up. Then, isn't it? It's like the whole shell of the boat is like an oven.
It's not something I've ever thought about, to tell you the truth. I mean, I painted ours dark blue, and I just painted all lot dark blue. I never thought about the roof being a different colour.
I think if you did a patch or did like your metal cover, if you painted that light and see the difference. And honestly, see the difference. It does make a difference. So Misty and me's thinking of grey too. Yeah, we're thinking of going light grey, like a light dove grey on top of ours, or cream. I'm just not decided yet. It depends what sort of fits in with whether we get the rest of the boat painted. So we'll see. We'll see. But light is the way to go. Try it, Dave. You'll be surprised.
Yeah, it's just not something I've ever thought about. That's all.
That's why our boat roofs, I think, are always lighter than the sides. If you ever notice, 90% of boats have always got a light roof. What colour was your roof, Jeff?
Well, when we bought it, blue.
It was light blue, wasn't it, though?
It was like a light blue, and I've done it white. But this time, well, it's cream. But when I do it again, I'm going to, where the centre ropes lie in the gutter, I'm going to paint that dark colour, because then you don't see... Because where the ropes lay out in the all weather, they go green and your paint goes dark. So I'm going to put some dark strips up the side.
Yeah,
so you don't
that sounds like a plan. Yeah. Start a fashion, Jeff.
Sally's going, my idea.
How was it?
Blue tram lines up the middle, or up the sides.
Start a craze.
Dark colour, so that the dirt, the ropes show the dirt.
Yeah, that's a good idea, because they do show the dirt. I must admit, I'll take my middle one off.
I just
leave them on. Yeah, I'll take the middle one off when I'm not there. If we're just using the back and front. So
yeah, ours is like a cream dirt at the moment.
Yeah,
but I will do it this year.
Louise
had to buy a bottle of gas for the first time since we've had the boat.
You had what?
We had to buy a bottle of gas this weekend. We run out of gas. In
4
years, we've done one bottle of gas.
That's amazing.
Good, isn't it? Yeah, it's good.
That is good going, mate. That is. Do you know what that means, don't you?
What?
You're not spending enough time on your boat.
She don't cook. That's what she said. So yeah, that wasn't bad actually. A bag of coal and a gas bottle, that was 53 quid. I didn't think that was bad.
Pretty good, though, yeah.
It's
Did you get
normally
from
20 quid a
Jules,
bag
or
of coal. So yeah,
did
that
you get
wasn't bad.
delivered, or did you Jules drop it off?
I stopped at Grove Lock because we're going by it.
Oh yeah, you're going up
Always,
there,
we
weren't you?
always have a spare full gas bottle. So when we use that one, I put another full one on.
Yeah, we've got two. We've got a
Yeah,
little one and a big one this time.
But again, it ran out in the middle of the night. I weren't going to go out in. That was the same night the pizza got ate by the dogs.
Oh, was it?
So she was going to cook and then contraption.
Yeah. So Louise is saying it's only me that can see the comments, but I think it's because I'm on a PC, and I think are you all on phones?
No,
Yeah.
on laptop.
Oh, can you see those comments on the right hand side then? No,
No.
okay.
It just
I'll have
says
to make-
messages will appear here, but there's nothing there.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I've got, sir.
All right. I don't know why it should. I don't think it's switched off. But anyway, I'll tell if I'll tell him.
Dale ain't on there saying that he's retired.
Who, Dale?
Is he there?
I haven't seen Dale pop up.
No, maybe he isn't there.
Maybe he's too
Too
busy.
busy being retired.
Yeah. Anyway, so I'll just go. You done then, Sol?
That's me, yeah. Yeah, pretty much done there, yeah.
Yeah. So well, it's been a month, isn't it? So we've spent another month out. We were out on the boat for a good couple of for since the 19th of Jan, I think we went out, and till last week. I think it was last week. Was it like God? It all goes so quickly, doesn't it? It just all goes. It seems to fly by. Anyway, so we took the boat out. We got frozen in again. I don't know whether you had that up there, but we were frozen in again. Couldn't move. Got stuck up. It wasn't too bad up at Cosgrove. The ice came over again, but it didn't last as long as it did last time. We stayed up there for 2 weeks this time, and to be fair, all went well. Apart from the oil issue, which is obviously was. I really thought I'd knackered the engine, to be honest with you, because there was about half a litre left in it.
Oops.
But it only takes a litre and a half anyway.
How long they'll last with no oil in them?
But I'm really surprised it didn't come up with an alarm or something.
No, it won't.
Because
I would have thought so.
I wouldn't have thought so until it's lost its pressure and you've still got oil in it. It will. Ours only bleeps with the oil pressure's low when you first start it up until it gets going and it goes off. But it's only oil pressure related.
But surely, if you drop the oil, if you had no oil in it, you wouldn't be getting any oil pressure.
That's when it would come on. But you still had a litre. You still got some. You'll be amazed how long they last with no oil. We try and blew a van up on purpose, and that took bloody miles and miles with no oil in it before it would go bang.
Really?
Yeah, you'll be amazed how far they go without no oil.
Yeah, I was surprised anyway. But and then obviously finding out, it was just blowing the dipstick out. The dipstick had lost its seals.
Yeah.
And on that particular boat, the dipstick sits really low in the back. It hasn't got a very long neck. It's only probably that. The dipstick itself's probably only that long.
Yeah.
So the neck it sits in is quite shallow, and literally the seals it just wasn't holding in the tube. And I think the second time I don't think I pushed it because it'll only go in one way, and I think it was twisted round slightly when I dipped it, so it came out. Anyway, I mean, it was as quiet as anything. That was the stupid thing. We'd been running, because we were running the engine, if not every night, every other night, to charge the leisure batteries up, just for an hour. And it was so quiet. It was running so quiet. So I just topped it all back up with oil. And and I haven't lost any since. It's been great. Been no problem at all. It's quiet as quiet as it was. And it hasn't reoccurred, so I just cleaned all the oil out of the drip tray, put some puppy pads in there just to soak up anything else that happens to go in there. It's the cleanest part. It's the cleanest part of the engine bay because obviously there's no rust in that bit. because it's full of oil. So it's lubricated the. No, it looks anyway. So it's been fine, and to be honest with you, it was absolutely fine. And the Jackery, we use the Jackery every night. that just runs the lights and the telly at night, and then that will last. If we just used it for that until it went flat, it'd probably last 3 days.
Good, isn't it?
Yeah, it's about 30% at night, depending on how long you're up for and how long you use it for. But I managed to get a bit of solar out of it one day. I charged it up with a bit of solar, but most days I'd either just carry it to work or charged it. I'd actually run the inverter on the boat when the boat was running and charge it up with with its charger through the inverter. Just means you won't get as much charge in the leisure batteries, but enough, because all they have to do is run the pumps, really, the water pumps and stuff.
Are you running your telly on is your telly a 12-volt telly or
no? It's a 2. I managed to get our old TV back off Nutshell. The people that bought Nutshell gave us that TV back, which is the same as yours, Jeff.
All right, it's a good little
So
telly.
they're a very small drawer, aren't they?
Yeah, that's a good little telly, that is. 25 quid.
They didn't have the control and they didn't have the power lead, so I just had to buy one. So we got rid of the big TV out, which Lisa really didn't like anyway. So the big TV's gone, and we just got back to the 26-inch, I think it is. But it's because it's such a small boat, it's all it needs. It don't need anything smaller than that. So here's a message actually just popped up. We'll go through. I'll just have a quick look at this because I know you can't see it. Hi all, we're in the process of fitting 2 400-watt solar panels. The wiring supplies for it. Sorry, let me put it up so we can read it properly. Right. We're in the process of fitting 2 400-watt solar panels. The wiring supplied is for a series connection. What are your thoughts of series instead of parallel? That all is down to the controller.
Yeah.
If the controller can take the voltage, then you can do, because we used to have series, which is because that series is in link, isn't it?
Yeah.
So one connects to the other, connects to the other, connects to the other, then back again. But it really does depend how much voltage the panels are kicking out and how much the controller can take, because our new controller on our old boat, our new controller could only take something like 90 volts, and with the 3 panels at maximum capacity it was something like 120. So we had to put our 3 panels in parallel. What it means is that you get a maximum of is it 300? You get a maximum of 100 watts from both panels, but it's a more continuous feed. I think in parallel, it's like a strong feed, whereas series, you can, if it's really sunny, you get a lot more power, but it has to be, you know what I mean? It has to be sunny across all panels. I think it works something like that. I might be wrong, but I think series is the better way of doing it for quicker charging. But I think parallel gives you a more steady charge, if you know what I mean. That's what I believe in. That's what I believe.
And I know a lot of it's down to how good your controller is.
Yeah, it is down to your controller, isn't it, between parallel and serial. I know it's because the ones we've got now are in serial, whereas the ones, because I added an extra one to Nutshell, it was going to take it over the voltage. So I had to then do them in parallel, which just means that they all have to come back to they all have to run together, don't they? So you'll never get any more than something like 40 volts. You'll always get 40 volts, whereas in serial, it'll be the adding up of each panel. So you'll end up with up to sort of 120 volts, depending on the panel. But 400-watt panels are big panels, aren't they? I think.
Yeah, big panels.
That's a big panel. So you should get, however you fit those panels, depending on the controller, you should do well with them anyway, I would have thought.
It's a big solar bank. That.
Yeah,
Mhm.
it is. If you're fitting 2 of them, that's 800 watts, isn't it?
Mm.
So yeah, either or, whichever your controller that you've got, or buy one. Yeah. Let's have a look. Oh yeah, no, so Louise just saying we also use our. And Louise is dishing your cheap batteries, Dave.
She's right.
Yeah. Well, they're the
It
same.
were a gamble. It were a gamble that we took, and it hadn't worked out. It might, if we hadn't have done it, we wouldn't have known it.
Did you check the drawer though? Did you check the drawer on?
Yeah, there's nothing. I've been in engine bay and checked all connections. There's no one battery. They're all same. They're all same charge. It's
What about
not as if
your new?
one's a dodgy battery dragging them all down.
What about your new
I
Victron
checked them
thing?
while engine were running, and they're all
Valid.
steady, all same voltage running through them.
What about your new inverter charger though? Is that drawing any more than you'd expect?
No, because I changed. Well, I didn't change it. I've got a little 800-watt inverter as a backup, as an emergency one, and I wired that in, and we tried that for a week, and it didn't make any difference.
Oh
You know
really?
what I mean? You're using the smaller inverter rather than the big inverter. It didn't make the slightest bit of difference.
Right.
So, so whether I mean we got the big inverter because we use washing machine through the inverter when we're cruising. That was the idea behind it, and electric oven when we're cruising through the big inverter. But just normal run of the mill daytime lights, using big inverter to run laptop, TV, and bits and bats, didn't take any more power out of the batteries than the small inverter. So
Right.
yeah, it was a gamble, and I think what we'll do is we'll save up and maybe before next winter go for some of these industrial ones.
Yeah. They were dear, weren't they?
They were dear, but rather than going for 5 of them, we'll probably just try 3 and see how we go.
Yeah. How much were they? They were 300 quid each, weren't they?
Yeah, they were about 350 each, something like that. It was about £1,000 for 3. So yeah.
I see. What's that? What's she saying?
Sport in it, bring out another 1,000.
Yeah, no, sorry. I was just seeing Louise is putting 5. She's put 5 twice.
No.
That's going to be break out another 2,000.
Yeah.
So, all right. All the power I want to live comfortable on a boat, not camp.
Well, that were it. We set the boat up. I mean, I know you've done it a different way, Sol, and I know a lot of people do it a different way. But when we moved on to the boat, we wanted to live as comfortably as possible, and we knew that having the microwave, having the washing machine, having a toaster, and this, that, and other, that were one of the compromises we made. When we moved onto the boat, we wanted to have all the comforts of home, and people do it different ways. And yes, we are heavy on battery use and electricity, but that's our choice.
Yeah, no, absolutely. So maybe
Yeah.
weren't good. Cheap batteries weren't a good choice, but they were the same ones we put on Nutshell. And to be fair, that we had cheap ones to start with because we actually just noticed an improvement rather than a, you know what I mean. It was better once we put new batteries in. So, like you just expect from new to old batteries, it just made them last longer. So anyway, I suppose it's just a learning curve. You might be able to sell them anyway.
Yeah, I think they'll be all right for the van when I might put them in van.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
You know what I mean? I've toured them in van and store others in lockup and kill them in van, and then I've got another set to put in. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, I might buy 2 off you, Dave. Anyway, I might need 2 for my van. Yeah, whatever. We'll see how we get on.
It'll see a lot of it'll be down to finances and when we come towards winter, because I don't think there'll be any problem through summer. Even with old batteries, when we got loads of solar, there weren't a problem with old batteries. It's just when you're living aboard in winter, your batteries are your lifeblood, aren't they? And winter finds them out.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, and obviously, because you're just not getting any. We've had some really grey days as well, haven't we?
Mm.
Yeah. Do you get anything out of a grey day?
No, so sometimes it'll just hold its own through day, but as soon as it sort of like dusk comes, you know, if you're only on like 60%, 65%, you've got to charge them up with either engine or generator. So you know what I mean. But she's quite good, Louise. She gets to know how the boat is and the batteries, and she might charge for an hour in the morning and then run everything through Jackery, and then for a couple of hours at night just for a boost for overnight and charge Jackery up while she's doing it. So you know she's quite switched on. It's just getting used to the batteries that you've got and how they're behaving.
Yeah.
But they do seem to be acting very strange. That'll like, you know, charge them up because we've got that smart gauge, and you charge them up to 95, 100%, and for a couple of hours it might drop 1 or 2%, and then an hour later you walk down the boat and it'll be down to 78. It's like dropped a whole chunk.
It sounds like, you know, when you fill a car up, maximum fill up, and it lasts on full for ages and ages and ages. The second it tips off the full mark, it just seems to disappear.
Yeah.
It sounds like that, doesn't it? Like it's over. They're almost more than 100% charge.
It's weird, and we never had this with the other batteries. There were always a gradual decline in them, but it's just weird, and it's just learning how these are reacting and adapting our charging regime to get best out of them.
Yeah, that's all you can do, really, isn't it? That's all you can do is just work out it's going to work for you. I don't think, Jeff, you ever have any sort of power problems, really, do you?
Oh, we had new batteries the year before last. We got them from that place at Dunstable, 110 hour batteries, and they were 70. I got them down to 70 odd quid each in the end, and they've been all right. You do notice a difference in the dark nights, like when we was on at the weekend, because the days are getting longer. You can tell the difference.
Yeah.
The batteries last a lot longer, if you know what I mean. The voltage stays up. In the winter, it's hardly any daylight. Plus, we're by that tree as well, so
Yeah.
You can tell the difference in the time of year now. It's getting days are getting longer.
Yeah.
But yeah, we had new batteries. I think it was about a year ago or just over.
I've missed a question somewhere. I'm just trying to scroll back to see. Let's have a look.
Yeah, 'cause Dave set up yours is for mostly 230 volt, isn't it? Yours?
Yeah.
Yeah, ours is we don't have an inverter, so all our lighting goes off 12 volt, and all the sockets we have to be plugged in. So we have our little bit battery bank that we use, little power oak thing, and we use that for everything. We try to live a bit more frugally on power, so we don't have a microwave. I think the most extravagant thing we've got is TV, really.
Yeah. So this is
we can run that off.
This is a question from Misty and me. What are your thoughts on 2 electrical systems? Now, we've talked about this before, actually. Something like a big jackery up the front of the boat, powering the entertainment stuff, and maybe a solar up front. Yeah, we've talked about this actually on previous but this is pretty much what me and Lisa do. Me and Lisa have got a battery bank, a jackery, which we use just for our TV and lights during the night. Obviously, because it's all you need. We don't really watch TV and that during the day, so it's only for a few hours at night. So we do, and also, who was it was thinking? It was you, Sol, was thinking of putting a battery in the front just to run the fridge.
Yeah, just to run the fridge. I might even go lithium.
Yeah.
As long as I inform the insurance.
You're right, Dave.
Yeah.
What's he doing?
Dave having a moment in the top corner there.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Just blame me nose. You didn't want me to start sneezing, I'd never stop.
Yeah, Lisa's like that. Yeah. So going back to the question anyway, I think if it works for you and it works for us, to be honest with you, it's working for us at the moment. I have got to configure the boat properly because I've temporarily done it at the moment, but we can, on the way I've done it at the moment, we can choose either. So I can either flip to the inverter or I can go to the jackery. So I've got both options available for me, but mostly all the time now, particularly in the winter, we use the jackery overnight, and all the leisure batteries do, because we've only got 2 with 2 small solar panels, runs the fridge, the internal lights, and the pumps. So it's like, the jackery's there for the leisure stuff. If you want to watch the telly, if you want to put.
And it seems like them power banks are similar price to lithium batteries anyway. Yeah,
they seem to be. You can get some, some different makes that seem to be a good price now. They're doing 2,000, 3,000 watts. They're massive.
And they've all got built-in inverters as well. So
you've got no power spike issues or anything. And, I think I would go. So I hope that I would try it. I would try, if they can plug the stuff in direct they want to use for entertainment, let's say, Misty and me, overnight, try it in a jackery or something, and see how it gets on with you, see how it saves your batteries. Saves you those batteries. You might need. We need to tend to run our boat every other day for an hour, not every day when we're on it full time. So it could be the way forward. So hopefully that's answered that question. And sorry I missed it, because there was lots of stuff going. There was lots of stuff going down there, and this is what Louise put for your. What you said that Louise is good at managing her batteries.
Yeah.
This was your answer.
Can't see it.
Can you not see it?
That's convenient, isn't it?
Can't see it.
It says, "Thank you, baby. Love you."
Love you too.
Yeah. So there you go, mate. So hopefully that's answered that question. What I'm going to do just really quickly, because believe it or not, we've been on for 50 minutes already. And people are
Time flies when you're having fun.
That's it. So the only way I was going to have a quick word of when we went out on our boat the last time, we suffered condensation. When we went out the time before and got frozen in, we didn't suffer condensation, but we had it this time. The last time that we went out, for some reason, we had some water in the rear of the bilge. Not a lot, probably half a litre. You know what I mean? Of water in the back. You get that, Dave, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyone else?
Nope.
Weird, isn't it? Why it happens in some and not in others?
Maybe because
No.
I'm not getting warm in the back. Maybe your boat's warm at the back and it touches the cold sides.
No, I think it could run from. The thing is, in theory, it could be anywhere in the boat and running backwards.
Yeah.
It should always be. It should have
We've got a
always
bulkhead all the way to the bottom.
all the way to the back. Yeah.
We've got a bulkhead between our engine bay and obviously the next room, and that's a full length bulkhead.
Yeah. No. Sorry. Yeah, it's inside. It's on the fire because we have a firewall.
So you're on not the engine bay side, you're the cabin.
No. Sorry, no. It's not the engine bay. It's inside the
Oh,
boat.
yeah.
So it'd be condensation inside the boat. We used to get it in nutshell really bad.
No, we don't get that.
Windows get it. That's about it.
Yeah, we get a bit on the windows, but not. But then there's 2 of us and 3 dogs now in there. You're going to get some.
It's really odd. We didn't have it first time we went out because I kept checking that bit there, but this time I noticed it was a little bit damp because we got a viewing hatch by the back door.
Yeah, I don't even know where our hatch is. I can't find it. Must have one
Stop
somewhere.
breathing.
Yeah,
That's what's doing it. Stop breathing.
stop breathing.
I think a lot of it's got to do with ventilation, and if you've got good ventilation,
Yeah, we'll always got our windows open. Even
Yeah.
cold, yeah, the windows open. Just like what you used to get, Glenn, put a peg
The
in
old
it.
pegs.
Yeah.
Put the old pegs in it just so it leaves them open a bit.
So
Yeah,
everything-
I must admit, the last time we did have and the other thing we did do, which was probably didn't fricking out, was I think we dried some clothes at one point as well.
yeah, how is it?
Yeah, that would have caused some serious.
Somewhere.
Yeah, we're gonna have to knock that on the head and get it dry before we bring it back.
Yeah.
I think it just we washed it somewhere and we didn't have time to dry it, so we brought it back and then just hung it. It wasn't loads, but it just hung it around the living room a bit, which would have caused
Mm-hmm.
humidity. But anyway, I'm not gonna. That's what I thought it might be. That, to be honest with you, and it wasn't enough to be worrying about until we don't get a lot. Compared to Nutshell used to suffer bad with it. Under the back, we had two breaches, one before you went in the back room and one before you went to the end further back, and the back bedroom used to suffer a lot with water in that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd take out 5 litres at least out of that every couple of times a year. So anyway, I'm gonna leave it now, and I'm gonna say that I'll just make sure I haven't missed anything. Hang on. What's that question there? What's that there? I'll just scroll back up a minute. Yeah. Another note. Hold on, here we go. What's this? Another note. The marina has doubled electricity charges. People are running engines. I bet they are because it's cheaper. They're at a marina. I know. I mean, our marina was when we were at Northampton. We used to pay 12p a unit. When we went to Milton Keynes was something like 20 something p a unit. And I bet it's 40 or 50p a unit now, 60p a unit there. I bet it's really gone up massively. But what they were saying, was a lot of people in the marinas are now running their engines rather than plugging in.
Yeah.
Milton Keynes didn't like giving away electric, didn't like us giving our away electric either, did they?
No, Jeff had like 20, 30 quid on his electricity and he said I could have it, and they were going to nick it back out of the meter.
They're going to take it back out.
Yeah, no, I said no. They said, oh, we could have that, so we plugged into their pontoon.
Yeah.
So, anyway, we could go on. So we'll call it. We'll wrap it up. We'll come up with some more chat for next month, which will be bloody April.
Who's going to creek, by the way?
Yeah,
Who's
Don't
what?
know yet. Not sure.
we are.
You're going to creek? Is everybody going to creek? You don't know.
Don't know
Yeah, we are. We got a table there. We're exhibiting there. My top salesperson's going to be Louise.
Sure.
No,
What's that table in the pub?
no, in the craft tent.
All right. Is that why Lisa's crocheting?
Yeah, he's going to make a few. He's going to knock out a few scarves. No, we've got some.
Yeah, we're going full weekend.
Yeah, we've got some merch to sell. Some merch and some craft stuff to sell.
Why you not going, Sol?
Well,
What?
Mrs. might be working that weekend. We're not sure yet.
Well, you don't need her to get drunk, do you?
Yeah. Yeah, it's finding my way home afterwards, though. That's the trouble. I need someone there to hold me hand.
I thought you'd sleep anywhere, so.
Sorry, I meant to mention it earlier about creek. I just wondered who were going. That's all.
Yeah.
We're hoping to, yeah. We are hoping to, but it all depends on Debbie's work, really. Whether she can, if she's working in that weekend on rota, whether she can just get some time off for that.
Yeah. So we'll let everybody know anyway who's going to be at Crick, but me and Lisa definitely are. So we will be in the craft tent. Anyway.
10.
Yeah, we're going to be there all weekend. So I will, anyway, I'm going to wrap it up because we've now nearly been an hour. So I'm going to say, no, it's always get that wrong. Dave from Narrowboat Changing Face. Thanks for coming. Chili Jam Jeff and Son from Barely Floating. It's been great. And I meant to say I'm Glenn from A Life Full of Meaning. So I always miss stuff like that. But anyway, don't matter. We'll see you all next month. Take it easy. Cheers.
Right.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.